All right, so we got 10 crab rangoon, General Tso's chicken combination plates. I'm gonna get a Jack Keys quesadilla. And a chicken and broccoli. Do you want anything else, or that's good?
No, that should be good. Yeah,
All right,
yeah.
let's do it.
By the way, this microphone is definitely getting lower every time.
Oh my god!
it's like the quicksand of mics.
I might need
I've tried to tighten this like 1,000 times, but now I'm also worried that I'm going to break that part too.
Let's try that.
Great. Wonderful.
Watch out for this, by the way.
Yeah, just the giant, just the screw that's pointing directly into my eye.
For everyone who's listening, Chris broke one of my mic stands, and he broke.
I was like, "Fuck this!"
He broke the tightening bolt that adheres the microphone to the stand. So
Listen,
he just.
for those of you who have never met me but are listening to the show, which is, let's be honest, no one right now,
Probably.
But I'm very unfit, except for my right forearm, which is incredibly fit.
We used what we had to be able to put it together temporarily, so I just shoved this 2-inch screw through the hole.
And it's now just directly pointing into my retina.
Yeah, right into your left eye.
It's like recording a podcast during a Saw film. It's ridiculous.
All right, are we doing it?
Are we doing it? Oh, we're doing. Oh, yeah. Welcome to the Media Lunch Break, everybody. Bringing you your comic, geek, and movie news on the time it takes to eat a good sandwich and have some zebra cakes. My name is Chris Truba. Alongside me, as always, is my co-host, Andrew Dunn. Say hello, Andrew.
Zebra cakes are so good.
They are really good. Oh, so good. We haven't done this in a little bit.
Yeah, it's been a couple weeks. I've been playing catch up.
Yeah, you've been being a carpenter and.
Oh, that too.
Yeah, that too. But yeah, it's been a little while. We missed a bunch. I got a bunch of news. You got a bunch of news.
I have 4 things.
For you, that's a lot. For you, that is a bunch of
true.
news.
Yep.
You came out of your hole. You found 4 things, and then you quietly went back in the hole again.
Listen, don't question me.
Yeah, we missed the Oscars. Did you watch the Oscars?
Yeah.
We never even talked about it. Actually.
No, we didn't. I watched the last 12 minutes.
Yeah, you watched the last part of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. You never went back and watched any of the rest of it?
Why?
Touche. Fair enough. Should we get to the news?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. Let's see. I got a bunch of news. I got it a little bit all over the place. So I do have a little DC. I have a little Marvel. As always, the choice is yours. What would you like to start with?
Star Trek.
Too bad. I want to talk about Batman.
All right.
So this just came out. Matt Reeves is directing the new Batman movie. Matt Reeves directed, I think he directed the last Planet of the Apes movie, which is the Dawn of Planet of the Apes.
Not the one that is coming out.
Not the one,
well, that's not,
that one too?
but that's not the one you're talking
but
about.
But that's not, no, he directed the last one that came out.
He at least directed the last one.
Which is good news, right? He's a good director.
I still have not seen those.
They're good movies.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a quality director. He could have done worse. He could have been David Ayer or whatever. You know.
Yeah, whatever his name
is. Wait, hold on. What's that? You know what? This just in. He's not doing it. He's not doing it anymore. So.
David Ayer?
No, Matt Reeves. He's not directing the Batman movie.
Is Ben Affleck?
No, they don't know. Hold on. Wait, what? You know what? Change that. He's back in.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah, no, now he's back in.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, this is what happened. So he was like, he came out, he was directing it, and then they're like, yay, Matt Reeves. So Ben Affleck is not directing it, but good news, Matt Reeves, a named director, is directing this movie.
Great.
The next day, he was like, yeah, no, I'm not directing it. Fuck this shit. I'm not doing it. And then,
was it that aggressively?
No, I like to think.
But what did he say?
Scenes, I'm gonna say it was.
But what did he say?
It was something about. I mean,
was he just like, those are not true? They haven't spoken to me.
No, it was like, no. He's definitely gonna like. Warner Brothers was like, no, he's definitely doing it. This is our guy.
But I'm curious as to what he said.
I think it was something about production value.
Well, but like but you know, was it
when he came out was like, no, I'm not. We haven't. agreed that I'm doing
Okay,
it
so it's
yet.
more like a formal...
Yeah, he's like, no, I haven't agreed that I'm doing it yet. I'm not
got it.
doing it yet. And then the next day he's like, no, I am.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
doing
doing
it.
it.
Yeah,
He's like,
I'm
of course I
totally
am.
doing it. Yeah.
Of course I am for the next 2 weeks.
Yeah, exactly. Until they fuck this up somehow.
Yeah.
But it's at least, while we're talking about this guy, I should actually look up something else he's done. I know there are other things that he's done, and I'm trying to remember exactly what they are. But this is, I mean, I know you haven't seen them, but I have seen them. The last... Matt Reeves, here we go. Filmography director. Yeah, he did Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. He did Cloverfield. That's what he
Oh, great.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was like, I know he's done something else. He did Cloverfield. Is he doing the new one? Yes, and he's doing the new Planet of the Apes as well.
Okay, great.
So, I mean, it's a good... Even if you haven't seen the Planet of the Apes movie, you can at least look at them and go, right, they're like...
Yeah, they're
somewhat,
decent.
Yeah, they're decent.
I
he
haven't
knows how to
heard...
do large scale,
Yeah.
which is good.
They're not universally panned,
Yeah.
which is really all you need, you know?
And they've gotten consistently better.
Oh, really?
As time has progressed.
Consistently.
But out of the two,
There's two,
yeah.
so the one is better than the other.
So the second one is better than the first, which, let's all be honest,
Yeah,
is not always the case.
pretty uncommon.
So that's at least good. And Cloverfield is a great movie. I haven't seen it in a while, but I remember.
Yeah,
really enjoying
I mean, I was not impressed, but it's well directed.
It's well directed, and he
Yeah.
he at least has a strong directorial voice. Like he'll come to a project and not just be a studio guy who just puts the camera in front of
So
something.
do you think that Batman will be entirely on shaky cam?
I believe it's going to be found footage.
Great.
I think the credits are going to come up and it said
Alfred!
it said
Alfred, I'm so
the
scared!
credits just
I don't
come
know
up
where I
and
am,
it's
Alfred!
Jason Todd's found video collection, and it's just him home movies of what it's like to be Robin alongside of Batman. And then it ends with the Joker killing Jason Todd just like right at the end.
Sure.
And that actually, son of a bitch, that'd be pretty fun.
I would watch that, yeah.
That'd actually be good. The story, I mean, just the sequence of it was like Warren Beatty was reporting the story.
Hey.
But it was, I'm at least happy that in the end it actually worked out. Again, like you said, I don't know for how long.
Yeah.
It's probably gonna. But let's all bask in this for now. At least if we don't have Ben Affleck, we have someone we can trust with this property.
More or less.
Yeah. Yeah. So that was. I think the big news that kind of came out. You got.
Well, clearly you're mistaken.
Go for it. Hit
All
me.
right, you ready?
Yeah.
Microsoft is playing Hide the Pickle, only, much like my relationship history, they mean hide literally. And what I mean by that is...
You're so proud of that.
I'm very proud of that.
Yeah, it was good.
Conan Exiles, or maybe Conan Exiles, is a video game that's been coming out for some time, and it is famous. It's gained a lot of notoriety recently because it offers a large amount of customizability options.
Sure.
One of them is the size of genitalia.
Really?
And when I read that in an article, I thought, well, that's interesting. You see the person in clothes, and
Right.
like a bulge gets bigger or smaller.
Right.
Nope, they're naked, and you
Ooh.
choose the wiener that the person has.
How detailed can you get with this?
It's just size.
It's just size.
Yeah, so you can have, I believe it was described there was a video I watched about it where they said it can go anywhere from just got out of the pool to, and I think that the cap was various races that you can correlate to.
Is it a sliding scale?
Yep.
Oh, okay, so you can really, it's not like 5 option.
Right.
You can exactly what feels correct to you.
Or, better.
Or to someone else.
Yeah. Or what you'd like it to be. Anyway, the reason I say Microsoft is playing Hide the Pickle, and they mean hide literally, it's
Do they
because...
also literally micro and soft?
That was a worse joke than mine.
I know, but I love it. Keep going. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
They're saying nah, dude. Like it can come out on the PC, it can come out on the PS4, whatever. They can do whatever they want. Xbox One, you got to get rid of that.
Oh, I get it. They're hiding the pickle.
Right.
I just got it.
Yes,
Oh,
I mean it literally.
Man. I get what you're doing now. Okay.
Thank you.
So Xbox One, they're like, no penis for you.
Right. It's funny, I was trying to write a joke for that, and I tried for hours to find a video game character who is universally hated, or even like a video game director, or like a real person who
Right.
works on video games that everyone knows, who everyone doesn't like, so that I could say, we're finally getting rid of the wiener in that out of video games, and no, I don't mean whatever. But I couldn't think of anyone. But yeah, so what do you think about that regarding censorship in video games?
I mean, listen, it seems I'm sure some people are gonna be like, well, that's stupid. Why would you ever? I think it's, to me, it doesn't strike me as that big of a deal, only because I don't think it's gonna play a very consequential part in. I knew it as soon as I said it.
The consequential part.
I was like, oh no! As soon as it came out, I was like, no, get back in my mouth.
Yep.
And
Hey.
I don't think it's gonna play an integral part into the actual gameplay.
Yeah.
Um,
It might. What if it gets snagged?
I mean,
on
I guess
stuff?
if it's big enough,
Yeah.
you could use it as a club of some
Sure,
kind.
or like a sail
Or a
on a
lasso.
boat. Yep.
Yeah,
All sorts of
sure.
stuff.
Um,
A club.
just like those old blackjacks that people have.
You swing it hard enough, you fly away.
Like Thor's hammer. But like, people are gonna be up in arms, and I'm like, and say that's censorship, and I'm like, listen, they're just covering a dick. Who
Yeah.
cares? Like, whatever, man. Like, it doesn't. It's listen. If you want to get up in arms about the violence in video games and is GTA too violent, and what does that say to youth? That's one thing, because that's like the actual game. That's the gameplay.
But isn't there a counter argument to that? That is, look, Microsoft, it's just genitalia.
Absolutely, yes, I absolutely agree with that.
Yeah.
But they're not saying like, no, they're not taking a stand and saying like, no video game should have nudity and they're like making a large. They're just like, yeah, we don't need the option to make a dick bigger.
Now, I
You
will
know what
say,
mean? Like,
there is no. Sure.
we just don't need it. It's taking up extra memory space. Like, we only got
megabits.
so much. Yeah.
Real mega
megabits.
megabits.
Like,
Those bits are mega.
but we're, we only got so much RAM, and we can't have you upgrade into any more.
There's so many dick jokes in this
There's
segment.
just so many.
There is no word yet, however, on whether or not they will keep the female option in.
Oh, they'll totally keep the female option.
Almost definitely.
Yeah,
right?
definitely. And I'll tell you what, if they take it out, then I'm raising hell.
I tell you, if I get that game and I decide to play as a woman, she's gonna have the biggest dick.
Oh, man.
All right,
On a
that's
belated note, happy International Women's Day,
Oh
everyone.
my god, that was not today, but
yeah,
sure.
but
Yeah,
we want
it's
to make sure
around.
we covered it.
All right, that's what I got for that.
Oh,
We're so funny.
we are. That's a good thing nobody listens to this. Yeah. Oh, okay. So I got one. We had some new stuff about the new Han Solo movie, which I know it's not officially called Red Cup. I know they're calling it Red Cup as their code name. I still prefer to say Han Solo.
Oh, I get it. Solo Cup.
Yeah, it's funny, right?
Yeah, it's
It is,
hysterical.
it's cute. But let's see. We had a new cast member. Michael K. Williams is joining the cast. He for those of you who know Michael K. Williams, he's Omar on The Wire.
Yeah.
This guy?
Yeah, I know
that guy
him.
right there. So he got added to the cast. There's a lot of people in this thing now. I mean, I like it. I don't know who he's playing. I would imagine he's going to be... I'm going to say he's going to either be a cohort of Woody Harrelson or an antagonist to Woody Harrelson.
Okay.
That's what I'm thinking.
You don't think maybe a relative of Lando? Maybe his dad?
Maybe, possibly, or yeah, or it could be, or he could be the Woody Harrelson to Lando, as Woody Harrelson is to Han Solo. That's not how they.
I got you.
That's not how that analogy would appear on the SAT.
I got you.
But you know what I'm saying. It could be that.
Yeah.
And that could be actually maybe that's what the plot is that the two of them are going at it, and so they're
There's
younger
two groups
proteges.
of two. Yeah.
are also at odds.
It's a good idea. Yeah.
And if it's not, they should quickly rewrite it. Because listen, Lord and Miller, you're a bunch of hacks, and you should just give it up and listen to what I say. Speaking of which, did you also see the first cast photo, the first official cast photo
of Han Solo?
I mean, they're not in full costume. I don't think so.
No.
But they at least all got together. Look at this. Look at that guy. That's them.
Wow.
That's with that's Chewbacca.
Wait, leave it.
Yeah.
I haven't gotten a good look.
They're not in costume.
I mean, Chewie is.
Except for Chewie. Yeah.
That's awesome.
But yeah, he looks good.
Chewie?
Yeah, Chewie looks good. Yeah, the fake costume looks.
Can you zoom in on it?
On him, on Chewie.
Well, no, on Han Solo.
On Han Solo. Look at that.
Yeah,
Again,
I mean
he's not in costume.
He's definitely a modernized version. Like he's a little wider.
I mean,
he's a little more jacked.
Yeah, I think they're not going for like straight impersonation.
Right. Well, I'm sure they screen tested people for the personality to come through.
Right, and I mean, it looks like
it's more important that it feels like Han Solo, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, except if you're Microsoft, and then. Like, not on our watch. But I think I actually, even just looking at this guy in the photo,
yeah,
I'm like, okay, I actually feel good with this.
Yes, I'm a little slightly more at ease.
Yeah, exactly. He seems to have that kind of charm.
Yes, he looks extremely charming and rugged.
Yeah,
which are the two most important things.
Yeah. What else you got?
Well, I got an even worse joke than the last one.
Oh yeah, here we go, babies.
So Pixar released screen test footage for the person that they had who was originally supposed to play Buzz Lightyear. Do you know who that is?
No.
One Billy Crystal.
What?
And Billy, it's crystal clear that would have been a mistake.
I just gotta ask, when you write these jokes, I know that you're proud of them now.
Yeah.
I know you're proud of them when you first write them. Does like the proudness, is it like a sliding scale? Like is your proudness like start at like just got out of the pool?
I know what you're asking.
And then go to Thor's hammer? Or
listen, it goes from 0 to 100 immediately, right? And then it stays at 100 throughout the week until we record this, and then as soon as I say it, it goes into the negatives.
I wanted to be like, it started and then it went to 100, and then I took a nap and I had a sandwich. It was at about a 50, and then as the week progressed, it got back up to 100, and now we're here.
So they released the footage.
I didn't even know. I missed this completely.
And he never came in.
Right.
They just took dialogue recorded for When Harry Met Sally and made CGI Buzz Lightyear speak the words to see what it would feel like.
Match it. Really?
And it's real weird.
Well, but who did this? Like, you saw this?
It was Pixar.
Okay, but what I'm saying is the CGI Buzz Lightyear that they made. Is it the finished product of Buzz Lightyear that you're hearing?
I mean, it's very close.
Okay,
because it looks just like him. It looks a little shittier. Is basically it.
Okay. Because what I was gonna say is that most of the time, what Disney is renowned for doing with their animation and why their voices seem to match up so crystal clearly.
Oh, right.
With
because they make the final touches for the person.
They model the face after the actor doing the voice a lot of the time.
Yeah, I mean this is not. I mean it's Buzz Lightyear. Like if you saw it, you'd think it was a Buzz Lightyear toy made in China, and like called Fizz Liftier.
Right, because you don't know like if Billy Crystal had actually done it,
they might have adapted it a little more.
Yeah, might have looked.
But he also, different. I don't know that it would. Like how do you?
Listen.
No, not even performance wise. Yeah. How would you make like an action space hero resemble Billy Crystal?
You do but if you look at like if you look at Buzz Lightyear, or even if you look at Woody and Tom Hanks, they share similar features in the face and in the mouth and things like that.
But again, like Billy Crystal.
Yeah, you're right. There's not much you could change for a heroic space action figure to look like Billy Crystal, a 5-foot Jew.
Yeah, like 100 pounds.
Yeah, like it's not. And at the time, I believe he was still at like 60.
Yeah,
something like that. But you know what else it reminds me of? Have you ever seen the footage of Chris Farley doing Shrek?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's another one that's kind of interesting.
Yeah.
They didn't ever get to the CGI thing.
Well, it's interesting, too, and it's probably indicative of his health at the time, but he, in my opinion, it's really bad.
It's really bad, yeah. But the other thing is, he doesn't put on any sort of
inflection,
voice for it.
yeah.
I mean, it's just Chris Farley speaking into a mic.
Yeah, and it's not even the character of Chris Farley that we came to know, of him, like, yelling or whatever. He's just sort of talking.
Well, yeah, because the scene that they have is, like, a sweet
Yeah.
scene of them at a...
But it doesn't even seem like he doesn't even get sentimental or anything.
No,
He's just
but
sort
I'm
of
just saying, like, it's just, yeah. Yeah, those are always weird, those
yeah.
going down the rabbit hole ones. That'd actually be a good episode.
Sure.
Of, like, alternate casting.
Yeah.
Like, there's a bunch of those throughout history. Like, my favorite is Tom Selleck was this close to being Indiana Jones.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That would have been good, too.
And things like that.
Would have changed his life.
Yeah, it would have changed a lot of people's lives.
Well, yeah, my favorite one is always... like, there's a lot that revolved around the Matrix.
Right.
Like, I know Jean Reno was supposed to be Agent Smith.
Oh.
And he turned it down to do Godzilla.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That's rough.
And without that movie, we would not have had Viggo Mortensen. Hugo Weaving? Viggo Mortensen.
Hugo Weaving.
I got them mixed up because my introduction to both of them was Lord of the Rings.
I had to take a second to think about which one you were talking about, The Matrix or Godzilla. I was like, Viggo Mortensen was in Godzilla?
Hugo Weaving. Without the Matrix, we wouldn't have had
Hugo Weaving.
Yeah, Hugo Weaving.
Speaking of casting news, there's been a new rumor on who might be Cable. Have you heard who it is?
There's been a few, but I think I know who you're talking about.
It is one David Arbor.
Yeah. There have been a few since we met that are in there. Yeah, he'd be good.
I think he'd actually.
There's
be
actually
really
some concept art, some fan art that people made already, but people have also thrown around the names. Supposedly, people at Fox have thrown around the names Mel Gibson.
Yeah,
and
I'd actually think that'd actually be a really good one.
And Russell Crowe.
Yes, I like Mel Gibson slightly more for it.
I don't, man. Get him out. I'm not over it yet.
I know,
but we've talked about
I get
that.
that. But I'm just saying, if I'm
physically,
just going physically and what I know of what he can do on screen, Mel Gibson actually I think is a cool.
I will say, you know what would help win him back over in my mind? If he got that role and then halfway through Deadpool 2 he just went on a racist tirade.
Oh, you know
Cable.
If he got... But see, here's the thing. Here's the thing about doing something like casting Mel Gibson. They're so self-aware of themselves.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
And I think that he is too at this point.
Yeah.
And that's the one thing that is... I don't want to say endearing... But that's the one thing that has kind of maybe softened myself to him and others.
Sure.
Is that I think he gets like...
Yeah, that what he did was wrong.
I fucked up big. I fucked up big, and I deserve what I got.
That was quick.
Yeah.
Speaking of, I want to move this back a little bit.
Am I leaning into it a little?
Well, you're looking this way.
Oh, yeah, because I'm trying to see over the pop thing.
Hey, thank you. Cool. Thanks, man.
Oh, pay it online again. God damn it.
Sure did. But yeah, you're usually it's because you're reading that.
Yeah,
but
okay.
Usually the mic is every direction, but now it's just out.
Yeah.
Alright. So, Mel Gibson, you think he sort of is realizing...
I'm sure he did long ago, but now that he started to kind of...
Well, he fairly recently had the thing where he yelled racist shit to his wife, it was less than 10 years ago.
Yeah, but he also was like... that was still when he was...
Racist?
I don't want to say in seclusion because he was still making movies. They were just like...
Yeah,
small
off the radar.
Yeah, they were kind of off the radar. But... ever since, really, it was when he came back during the Golden Globes, when Ricky Gervais made that crack about him.
Oh, yeah.
That was like his big reintroduction to Hollywood again. And, I mean, I'm sure he had always known, like, what he did was wrong. And understood that, like, the cold shoulder he's getting is totally understandable. But that was the first time, and since then, I think he's had, again, I'm trying to choose my words carefully, but a sense of humor about it.
You think he was right in what he said?
Yeah,
that's what you're trying to.
100%.
Okay, good.
And again, when I say that, I want to reiterate Happy International Women's Day out there. No, but I think he's like, listen, yes, what I did was 100% wrong. I deserve all the crap I get.
Yeah.
I'm not, like, he's never gone, I mean, maybe he will eventually, but he's never gone like, enough's enough, please stop. Or,
sure.
He has always been good about taking the jokes. I will give him that.
Would you say it's his cross to bear?
Yes, and then we're gonna watch an hour and a half of him just getting whipped. Shit.
So this segment was actually about David Harbour.
Oh right, yeah. So yeah, this segment was. But David Harbour has been the latest rumor on cable, and I actually like this idea. At first, I think you look at him and you go, I don't know, but I could see him.
He's got the gravitas for it.
He's got the gravitas for it.
And look, you shovel in, $4 million for him. He can afford a personal trainer. He can bulk up. He can look more like the guy.
I mean, and you dress him up in the, whatever.
He needs to be a little bulkier, a little more muscular,
a little
but
bit,
not
but they
much.
Also, I mean, they can also their costumes tend to be pretty comic accurate,
right?
And so I'm sure there are a couple of Cable's outfits throughout the history of this character that they could cover him pretty well.
Well, they do, but the problem is that he traditionally has enormous arms.
Yeah. But they can, like I said, there's things that they can do to like.
But it's just easier to just be like, lift some weights, Dave.
Yeah, he could totally bulk up.
Yeah.
He's young enough. Yeah, he's young enough to kind of Hugh Jackman it.
Yep.
And old enough to bring that like I'm an older guy type of gravitas. Yeah. If you had said this name. Like before Stranger Things, I would have thought you were nuts.
Yeah.
Now that I see Stranger Things, I'm like, all about it.
He almost is like a Western version of Cable in there.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I totally agree with that. What else you got?
Oh, I got plenty.
Oh yeah.
Netflix is looking into choose-your-own-adventure options for shows.
Yeah.
Well, and it seems like a good idea until 3 million people vote for one ending and the Netflix Electoral College fucks it up for everyone.
God damn you. God damn you to hell. I'm gonna let that one sit. I'll just let it. We can just edit around my silence. It was good. That was good. I was very proud. I feel like after you give these jokes, you look at me
directly in
the eye for approval of some kind.
No, just for you to see. For that one, it was to see my immense disdain.
I mean, listen. It's an interesting idea.
Yeah, I don't like it.
It's an interesting idea, but at the same time, they kind of did this. All right, you're gonna be like, fuck you for this stupid example, but I'm gonna say it anyway. They actually did this once with a Final Destination movie.
It's fine. No, Destination.
Oh jeez. Why do I bother? Like, why do I even? Why do I like try and? Because every time you say one of these, I try and like think like, do I acknowledge it? Do I let it go? Do I try and build on it? Am I supposed to yes and this? What the fuck am I supposed to do with this?
It's best to just barrel through.
It's just barrel through.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did this during, I think, like Final Destination 3. It was an option on the DVD.
Oh.
Where you could go through and then it would do... The thing that sucked is, like, it was a movie that was shot, like, you watch it linear or you can do this. So really, there's only one option you can really do.
Right.
It's gonna... But they did it, and it's weird because it's like you're watching a movie... and you're relaxing in, and then it's like, oh, and I gotta pick up the remote now.
Oh.
You know what I mean? Like, it interrupts your flow
Sure.
of narrative. It depends on what kind of... I don't know. If they were gonna do this, what do you think a good genre would be, I guess is the question.
I don't think there is one. Here's the thing about... I mean this word incredibly ambiguously as an umbrella for all types, but performance art. Acting.
Right.
For theater and movies and music.
Right.
You want to be surprised. If someone says, here are the 4 ways this movie can end, they're going to all die.
Right.
They all make it out okay.
Right.
This guy dies,
Yeah.
or this woman dies.
Yeah.
It's gonna be one of these four.
Yeah, but
You're gonna be like, well...
Right, but what I'll say is, usually a choose-your-own ending adventure, it doesn't get that type of... It's not that type of option. It's usually, like, what do you want to do? Go through this door, or go through door A or door B?
I also feel like it's sort of copping out. Because what if one of those choices is really good, and the rest are really bad? Because in a way, this is their way of being like... Okay, we've got lots of possibilities, and we're not sure which ones to pick.
Well, but that's okay. So I guess that's the trap of this. Is that are you going to write a story? You have to organically create some sort of story that would be good doing this kind of format with.
Yeah.
Where it can't be like I said with the terrible Final Destination movie. It can't be like that. You make the story up, and you're just forcing the person's hand. Like, it can't be go through door 1 or door 2, and door 2 you walk through and automatically your character dies. So you gotta go back and you have to go through door 1 to go anywhere. Like, it really has to be, and this is kind of the thing about the books that I used to love, is that for the most part you could follow, choose your own adventure, go to a certain page, read some more, and it didn't end if you chose incorrectly.
Right.
You could go any which way. Right. And so it's really I guess the problem, the real trap of this is like, it's gonna be a bitch to shoot.
Well, definitely. Well, and also it's sort of damned if you do and damned if you don't, because I would think these are going to have really substantial changes, right? Like they've got to have something like that, like someone's gonna die.
Right.
But at the same time, like, it depends on how far you go. Like, are you touching down, and then there are parts that everyone meets back in the middle for?
Right.
And then you split off again?
Right.
Because if that's the case, then you can't really kill off anyone, and then there can't be any real substantial changes that last.
Yes.
And if that's the case, then what's the point?
Right. I mean, the only thing I can think of is that they're gonna... I don't even know.
You know?
Okay, here's one... okay, I'm just kind of like taking this all in and spewing stuff out off the top of my head.
Sure.
Here's one of the benefits of doing something like this.
Yeah.
It's much harder to have a spoiler culture when
if there's 12 spoilers.
Well, if there's 12 spoilers, but B, if everybody's journey is different.
I suppose. I don't know that Netflix has ever really had a big problem with spoilers.
No, but I mean, you do run the risk with something like even like their like Luke Cage or House of Cards, their series that are big hits.
Yeah.
I mean, we've even run into this when doing reviews. It's like, how much can you talk about it over a given weekend? Like, if you don't see all 8 episodes of Luke Cage the weekend it comes out, everyone else binge watched it, and you just got to dodge bullets to get to the end.
Yeah, sometimes. I suppose, but
it's things like that. Whereas this, or even with a movie or anything like that, is that if you don't see it, especially in an instant culture like we have now, with the technology we have now, and everything is at our fingertips, if you don't see something in the now, if you don't see something and experience something right away with the majority of the culture, you got to dodge bullets just to not get it spoiled. And a lot of people are like, well, that's your fault for not seeing it right away.
Right. Well,
whereas this, you're having your own individual experience. It's hard to get it spoiled.
Right.
You might get 1 or 2 things spoiled, but you still get that journey.
Okay, that's great. Listen, if it goes back to that same thing that I've repeated a million times on this podcast.
Right.
If your show is good because it's got a twist, then it's not,
Right, but that doesn't this does not necessarily mean it's going to be good because of the twist. What I'm saying is you can feel like you're not...
No, I know what you're saying, but like, so what? So what if something is spoiled for you in a certain way?
I mean, some people care and some people don't.
If you watch House of Cards, you're not watching it to see what happens. You're watching it because the journey is so good. If you watch Orange is the New Black, it's about the journey. It's not about how it ends.
Right, but yes, but I would say in some parts it is. And I'm not saying it's just about the ending, but I want to take that journey, but I also don't want to know where the journey is leading sometimes. That's part of the fun of watching something unfold and then realizing when you get to the center of it, oh my gosh, this is the product we've been working towards this whole time.
Sure, but if that can be summarized in a spoiler, then it's probably not that good.
No, but it's not about it being good or bad. It's about the fact that I wanted to be able to. It's my choice to watch it on my time. There are certain movies and TV shows that structure works, where you know the ending. Titanic. You know the end to that movie.
Or American Beauty is another one that it starts with him dead in a pool or something. Yeah.
And you're going, well, how do we get to this?
Yeah.
But they did that on purpose because they want to take you onto that type of journey. They structure it that way on purpose.
I think I mixed up two movies. I just have to put that out there. I think American Beauty. I think he starts saying,
does say,
I
dead,
die at
or
the end of this or something.
I died or something like that.
I think Sunset Boulevard begins with a guy who died and he was dead in the pool, and then
you build up to it. But like Titanic, it's literally in the title. You know that boat's going down. So you're watching this movie and going along with these characters, going, well, what's going to happen when the boat goes down?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And feeling that, and that's where some of that emotion comes from. However, with a movie like Cabin in the Woods, I didn't know what the ending was. And because I didn't know that, I was floored by the ending.
I wasn't. I mean, I was like, this is a great time, but it wasn't like a surprise. I was just like, this is a lot of fun.
It wasn't like oh my god, but it was a little bit of a surprise because it breaks from what you are been taught about that type of a movie and how that normally ends.
Yeah.
I'm trying to say it without actually saying what the ending is, and I don't, because I don't want to spoil it for other people. Yeah. But it breaks from that genre's mold, and I didn't know that it did that.
All right. Well, I think we're just going to disagree on this.
Right.
We're just going to have to agree I think we're just going to have to agree that you're wrong.
That's fair.
And we're going to have to move forward.
You know what? That usually works out best for us. So Simon Kinberg is set to write. Simon Kinberg did. He wrote he writes a lot and he produces.
Yeah, I know his name.
He wrote the last XMen movie. He wrote the First Class X-Men movie. Yes, he wrote the First Class X-Men movie. He did the Kingsman.
Oh.
And he's done. I mean, he has his fingers in a lot of different movies.
A lot of Microsoft games.
Yeah.
What went wrong with Apocalypse? Because you named a couple good movies there.
Yeah. I don't know. Well, here's the thing. First of all, Bryan Singer directed it.
Right.
And I think he's kind of
problem number one.
And I think I'm going to stop there. Actually, I think that's going to be the end of that on what went wrong with. But Simon Kinberg is set to write and direct the new X-Men movie. My question to you is, do we still care about this franchise? I lost track.
That's a hard question, because if you had asked me a week ago, I would have said no.
And something's changed?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll talk about that in the next episode.
Yep.
But
do I care about this timeline?
Yes, okay.
I don't give a single damn about this.
I really don't.
I would love to see a movie of just Fassbender and McAvoy doing something. I really like them.
Not as those characters, like them just playing different characters?
Could be. I do mean that. I meant as those characters.
Okay, Xavier and
and
Magneto.
And Eric. I would really like to see. I don't know what. I don't think I could put it into words. I guess that's why we hire writers.
Right.
But I love their... Just
to be clear, Andrew and I don't hire writers for this show.
You don't know me.
That's obvious.
You don't know my life.
You should fire
them. But no, I love what they've done with the characters.
Right.
Everyone else I'm sort of meh about.
Right. Okay. Yeah, I think I'm the same way as you. I don't care about this timeline.
Yeah.
I don't think it's absolutely hopeless.
Yeah.
Because
Days of Future Past was pretty good.
Days of Future Past is great. Yeah. I really enjoy that movie.
Yeah.
I do like First Class as well.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
I don't like it as much as some of the others.
Well, it's weird because we've had a solid, I would say number one was like the first X-Men movie was a solid
great
8.
Movie. Yeah.
And the second X-Men movie was a solid 8.
Yeah.
I think the third one was kind of a letdown because it was a solid 5. which
Yeah.
really isn't that bad, but it, people had high expectations.
Right.
We had Wolverine Origins, which was terrible.
I don't even count that.
But I would say then The Wolverine is like a solid 7.
Yeah, I'd agree.
And then then we got First Class, which is like a solid 7, and then we got Days of Future Past, which is probably a solid 8. Like
Yeah.
we're just hovering in the same.
Yeah.
That's the problem. Is it's kind of getting monotonous, even though they're all pretty good.
But I'd also say this last one, Apocalypse, it's like a solid 6.
That's what I was gonna say. Yeah, just it's still good.
It's good, and it has some potential. There's some
Yeah.
aspects in it that I'm like, oh, that's really interesting.
Well, and then we
it just
got we got Deadpool, which knocked it out of the park.
Yeah, but that's a weird one to include because it's in it, but it's not.
Right.
I mean, they've talked to that.
Yeah.
About
But
that.
I mean, Colossus is in it.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, listen, Simon Kinberg is great.
Yeah.
I mean, did you see Kingsman?
No, I haven't
It's
yet.
a great movie.
I know. I keep trying to
It's
get.
a really fucking
I don't want to watch it without my girlfriend because I think she'd really like it too.
It's real. I saw it and I had seen the ads for it and I was like, that's okay. That looks good. I'll catch it when it's on HBO or something like that. And a friend of mine came into town and was like, "Have you seen Kingsman?" And I was like, "No." And he's like, "We're going to see it."
Wow.
And it was phenomenal.
I always
really well done.
I keep going I'm on the fence as well about whether or not I want to read the comics first.
I didn't read the comics. I thoroughly enjoyed the movie.
Yeah.
I think. You know what? I would say watch the movie first
Yeah,
because
I
I
think
have a
that's-
feeling you're going to read the comics, then watch the movie and be like, it's okay, it's
Yeah.
all right. But the movie and not really be able to see the movie
Right.
as well done as
its own thing.
as its own thing.
Yeah, I got you.
But yeah, I think this is actually a good idea because I think Bryan Singer is tired.
And what a coincidence, because so are we.
Yeah, I think he's just kind of like. I mean, he hasn't voiced this or anything. I don't think he probably consciously knows this, but I think he's just done with it. I don't think there's anything new he can bring to it.
Yeah, I think you're right.
And it's time for, Simon Kinberg kicked off the First Class thing. Like, he's the one who wrote the First Class and started this whole thing. And while I'm not big on this timeline, I think he's the better person to take over.
Yeah. Well, and I'd say too, you had to get younger people. Like, we're running out.
No, absolutely.
Like, these people are all going to be gone eventually.
Yeah. And the concept for First Class was really novel. And I really liked it. Did it really need 3 movies with these people? No. But Days of Future Past was an ingenious move where it's if we're going to do a sequel, let's combine the two.
And they got, Peter Dinklage, who's fantastic.
Yeah.
Some other people.
Yeah, I just but I don't know. I'm always back and forth on if I have to actually give a shit anymore.
Yeah. I guess we'll wait and see once a trailer comes out.
Yeah, exactly. You got anything else?
Yeah, I got another thing.
Okay.
Are you familiar with Janelle Monáe?
Yes. How do I know?
She's a singer-songwriter.
Yes, I know Janelle Monáe.
So Janelle Monáe is reportedly the frontrunner to play Domino in Deadpool 2.
Really?
Yep. She's most known for being a singer-songwriter, but she recently had movie roles in Hidden Figures and Moonlight.
Oh, really?
One of which, in spite of Warren Beatty's best efforts, won an Oscar for Best Picture this year.
Oh, you don't say.
Yep. Now, Mackenzie Davis and Kerry Washington were both previously said to be frontrunners of the character, but I guess they fell out of favor or something.
Right. I mean, Kerry Washington is she's going to be a tough one to nail down because she is on Scandal.
Yep.
Interestingly enough, that it kind of parallels why Tom Selleck did not do Indiana Jones.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he was doing Magnum PI, and CBS would not let him out of his contract.
I mean, he made plenty of money doing that.
But it's the same thing.
Yeah.
ABC is like, no, you're the kind of the face of this network right now.
Yeah.
You don't. If you can find time in your schedule to shoot it around us, you can do it. So that's always a tough one to do, especially for a big blockbuster like
I think
that.
Kerry Washington has been she was in Django.
She was in Django, but she was also she was not in it very much.
No, she wasn't.
But
she's done a lot of movies,
she
is a huge name. So that if they wanted her enough, they might be able to.
But what I'm saying is, if the shooting schedules aren't going to work,
right?
She's not going to.
Well, but David Harbour's, I mean, I get the feeling that Netflix is pretty lenient about that stuff, so they'd probably let him do cable, and if he's cable, Ryan Reynolds isn't doing anything else.
Right.
They could probably just do whatever to make it work.
But that's what I mean. On a network,
Yeah.
If you don't fit in that time when you're on hiatus, it's not happening. And Deadpool 2, it's going to be a big movie production wise.
Yeah.
So that's, I mean, as much as I would have loved to see her in it, I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
Who's the other one other than Janelle Monáe that you mentioned?
Kerry Washington?
No, we were just talking about her. Do you listen when we talk?
Wait, we were just talking about...
Kerry Washington, other than Janelle Monáe.
Oh, you mean we were just talking about Kerry Washington?
Yeah.
I was like, who were we just talking about that you're talking about?
This is the thing. This is why we broke up, Andrew. You never listened to me. And you forgot our anniversary.
Mackenzie Davis.
Who's Mackenzie Davis?
I don't know.
Okay, well, that's why she's not playing.
Yeah,
Domino.
exactly.
There you go. Yeah, Janelle Monáe is really hot right now. You couldn't see it, but Andrew definitely just did a little eyebrow movement on that one. No, she's very in right now, between Moonlight and Hidden Picture. Damn it.
Hidden Fences.
Hidden Fences. Between Moonlight and Hidden Fences and her singing career, she's pretty big. So that's it. I mean, I'm going to bet that that's going to happen.
Mackenzie Davis was in The Martian, and that's the only thing I know that I recognize.
Do you have a picture of her?
Yeah.
Let's see.
She was also in That Awkward Moment.
Oh, I know who she is. Okay. Okay. She'd be good, but let's give it to... Yeah, I know exactly who she is. Yeah, give it to Janelle Monáe.
Yeah, more people of color in movies.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
And I think she'd bring some... Not that Mackenzie... What's her name? Mackenzie Davis is a bad actress. I feel like Janelle Monáe is going to bring a little something.
Yeah, Janelle Monáe, I don't know if you've ever seen her...
I've seen her perform, yeah.
Like music.
Yeah, she gets into it.
She is a ball of energy.
Yeah, and that's what I mean. I think she brings
astonishing.
something really cool and interesting
me
to
too.
the part. Yeah. Oh, I don't know if you had read this. One of the next DC characters to get their own solo movie, Nightwing.
Nice.
Yeah, right? I really like this idea.
Yeah.
I love this character. Right now, Chris McKay is set to direct. Chris McKay right now is famous for directing the Lego Batman movie.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So, did you see Lego Batman? I have not gotten a chance to see it either, but I've heard nothing but good things. And I love the Lego movie. And I think he had a hand in that as well. I'm not sure what it was.
I mean, Lego Batman, regardless of whether or not he was involved with the Lego movie, Lego Batman has been getting rave reviews.
And I think it's great, because I want someone who brings a little humor into any DC movie.
Sure.
But B, especially Nightwing, because I love Nightwing as a character. I find him kind of fascinating.
He's one of the more interesting Bat Family characters.
He definitely is. And he kind of gets into almost one of the more interesting characters in all of the DCU.
Yeah.
In that he is kind of this heir apparent. He has a completely different attitude, even though he comes from the same circumstances as Bruce Wayne.
Yeah.
His life...
Except he was in the circus.
Yeah, except he was in the circus. But, he was an orphan.
Right.
And then his
parents died.
Yeah,
right?
his parents died.
Same thing.
His parents were murdered as well.
Yeah.
And he watched it happen. So, the two defining moments are almost identical.
Right.
But from there, it's a very nature versus nurture type of idea with these characters.
Well, it's interesting, too, because Batman was basically raised by Alfred.
Right.
Bruce Wayne, I should say.
Right.
Batman wasn't. Master Bat, please, come down from the ceiling. But no, Bruce Wayne was raised by Alfred, and what is his name?
Dick Grayson.
Dick Grayson was raised by Bruce.
Yeah.
But
so
it really goes to show you.
And when you read the comics, it kind of comes across that he was also pretty much raised by Alfred in that.
Sure.
But yeah, I know what you're saying. Yeah.
That'll change you.
Right. But I think
he's seen some things.
I think that's a great. It also, I think it does a lot of people have been talking about how it's a great kind of setup for the Batman, for whatever this Batman movie franchise is going to be, is that because Ben Affleck clearly wants out.
Well, I was going to say it gives an opportunity for someone to step into that role.
In without making it really weird.
Yeah.
Without having to James Bond it or
exactly.
I don't know why
Don
I said James
Cheadle.
Bond. I was gonna say, or even just Michael Keaton it.
Sure. Yeah.
Actually,
the same
Val
thing they've
Kilmer
always done.
Really.
Yeah.
But
George Clooney it.
Yeah, it gives you the ability.
Christian Bale it.
If you're all about
Will Arnett it.
Adam West it.
Yeah. He was the only one who didn't.
But if you're all about keeping this narrative thread through all of your movies, and then you don't want it to be weird with one of your title characters.
Yep.
Have him do the Batman, and then
hopefully they can get enough movies out where we can get an interesting collection of side characters.
Right.
Where when that happens, they can make it so we see Batman and don't know who's under the mask.
Oh, I like that idea.
Yeah.
A lot, actually. That's really interesting.
Yeah. And we could speculate who it is. I mean, it's hard to do with real people.
Right, right.
It's a little easier when they're drawings.
Yeah. I mean, they did a storyline, I think this was during the New 52, where it was just Bruce Wayne was missing
It was
and presumed dead.
It's Jim Gordon, right?
Oh no! Well, Jim Gordon ended up being Batman for a little while, but there was a storyline where Bruce Wayne was missing and presumed dead, and so everyone was fighting over who was going to become Batman.
Oh wow!
And like everybody, like villains and heroes. I haven't read it, but I've read it's really good. But that's like, I mean, that would make a great action movie.
Yeah,
because you could have a lot of colorful characters just fucking battle. Like the fun of these movies. The one fun thing about Batman v Superman, the only fun thing, is like we finally got to see these two characters side by side. So you can finally get to all these different characters side by side.
But you got to establish them first. We got to hang on to Benny.
No, absolutely. But I think something like that would be great. But I like that idea of like you don't know who's under the cowl.
Lego Batman has been hailed by many reviewers as being the most the closest iteration of Batman that we've actually gotten.
Kind of the most accurate.
The most accurate depiction. Yeah. Which is interesting. Well, and unfortunate for the real Batman movies.
Right. Because who the hell is this? Sorry, I'm looking up Chris McKay and I accidentally clicked on someone else's name. But they... Yeah, because they do a thing where they pretty much acknowledge everything's in.
Yeah.
Which has always really worked. In fact, one of the... I heard Grant Morrison talk about how that's what he does when he does Batman. Is he just said at one point...
Says everything has happened.
Yeah, that everything has happened. And it just happens in...
sort of James Bonding it.
Well, not just that, but like when Grant Morrison does it, he's like, listen, this is one man, and like all people, he changed. He just changed throughout his life. He started off very grim and dark, and that was the 30s. And then he found this kid, and he had never got to have a childhood. And now all of a sudden he has this kid, and this kid is youthful and happy, and he feeds on some of that energy and feeds that inner child. And that's when you get kind of the 50s, 60s, where he has all this different color and different color costumes, and it's a little goofier and campier and things like that. And then around the Denny O'Neil, Neil Adams time, when it gets a little darker again, is like that's around when things get a little more real, and he like weaved this web.
So what he's saying is Bruce Wayne is immortal.
No, but he's not saying it all happened in the 30s. But he's saying like no, it's all in.
Right,
like,
I got you.
It's in.
It's all part of the same timeline.
It's all part of the same timeline, and Lego Batman. That's why it's finding so much success. I think is that. It's all in, and I think that's what the success of Lego Batman is.
All right,
cool. And you got anything else?
I got one more thing.
Okay.
We got some new photos from Thor Ragnarok.
That is my last thing too.
Excellent. Of Jeff Goldblum.
This is the best Jeff Goldblum impression I've ever heard.
Thank you.
It was amazing.
Isn't that great? You got it up too?
Though?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He looks like the Collector.
He does look like the Collector. Have you seen the others? The other photos? Oh, they're fantastic.
Hemsworth looks very different than I was expecting.
Yeah, with the short hair.
Yeah. Short beard, short hair.
A lot of...
I expected him to have sort of a grislier beard if we're doing Thor with a beard.
But look at the vibrancy in all of these photos.
I know. Well, and did you see Cate Blanchett? She looks 24.
I didn't even recognize her. Yeah, I know. She looks like an Olsen
looks like Tom
twin.
Hiddleston.
Jesus. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, she looks like Loki. She got like long black hair.
There's just like... It's so... Like this cover, the cover of the magazine, like all of the color in this, it looks like they're gonna fight in Willy Wonka's chocolate factory. Like there's so much neon in this.
Well,
like, look at the set. Look at the set. This is Mark Ruffalo and Chris Hemsworth in a scene. They're dressed normally. And like, just look at the color all around them. It's crazy. It's like they're in a toy box.
I think I know why that is. I think I'm willing to bet that it is due to the amazing success of Guardians of the Galaxy.
I mean, I'm sure that's true. I think maybe they're like, listen, when we're in space, there's a lot more color.
Sure, I don't think they thought it that far. I think if they're like, it's very fortunate that we're in space,
right?
Because we can do whatever we want.
Oh, sure.
But what sells is clearly these bright, vibrant colors.
I mean, the other thing I'll point out is that you don't know what kind of filter or lens or anything that's going to... Like, for instance, I was just rewatching Star Trek Into Darkness, and I was watching the behind-the-scenes stuff on the Blu-ray, and those are the very specific look and camera angles and lenses and things that they use, and then the color palette is blended into that. But when you see the behind-the-scenes and you're seeing just, like, and action, and actors start walking and things like that, and it's just with some ordinary camera, it looks so weird and kind of bland.
It's totally different.
Yeah, so, I mean, we don't know, and I'm not saying this is a bad thing. I think it looks great. I'm really excited to see it. Me too. Especially to get away from, and not that I minded it too much, but, like, Thor and Thor the Dark World, their color schemes are pretty dark.
Well, so are all of the Captain America movies, and it works for them. They're fantastic, but it's going to be nice to have some variety.
But we can mix it up a little bit.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yay!
We ended on the same note. That's
pretty great.
I think that's a sign that the show is over.
Yep.
Don't you?
Once we agree on something.
That's right. That's the only time. And since we agreed, I don't mean this episode is over. We're done here, right?
I think the monkey's paw finally finished getting
its fifth finger.
It's fulfilled its
Yeah, absolutely. Hey Andrew. I'll do this until you acknowledge me. Hey Andrew.
Yes.
Where can they find us?
Well, they can find us on twitter.com. Our handle on there is @MediaLunchBreak. You can also find us on Facebook by searching for The Media Lunch Break. You can also find us on SoundCloud, iTunes, or Google Play Music, where you can subscribe to us. Give us a subscribe on YouTube. We're going to be giving out free stuff. So,
how many, do we know, how close are we to that 100% goal?
We are 5% of the way there.
Yay!
So subscribe to us on iTunes or on YouTube if you want to get some free stuff. Once we hit 100 subscribers, we're going to start giving out stuff either by contests, or we might just, there's an account, there's a website you can get an account on called Gleam, where just people click on it, and if they prove that they are, like, it can just tell if they're subscribed.
Right.
And if they are, then they're entered to win automatically, and it picks a random person.
So much fun technology.
I know, it's what we're good at. And we got a Patreon, which is patreon.com/themedialunchbreak if you want to give us $1 or less or more.
Or
the same. You can also go to our website, which is www, that stands for World Wide Web, but you don't have to type out World Wide Web. You can just type out www.themedialunchbreak.com, or you can send us an email at themedialunchbreak@gmail.com. And that's
all of them.
That's everything.
Yeah, right.
I'm starting to get this memorized.
I know, it's kind of crazy. Big thanks to Brian Kirchner for our theme song.
Yep, we still love it. So do you.
Big thanks to ourselves for recording this.
Give us a pat on the back.
Yay! And that's gonna do it.
I think that's it.
Should we tell them what we're talking about next episode?
Yeah.
We're talking about Logan, bitches. It's gonna be great.
To be clear, we're not talking about something called the Logan bitches. He was addressing you.
That was that was the working title.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Until then, bye everybody.
Yep. Bye.
Bye.
Turn it off.
No.
Turn it off. You can hit the space bar.
I just forget about the space bar.
Why aren't you doing anything?
Yeah.
Are you a madman?
I'm just caressing the space bar.
We lost Bill Paxton. Did we not talk about that?
We didn't talk about that.
That's fine.